Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Healthy Co-Parenting for Legacy and Unity. So, hello, my friends. So today, I will be sharing about creating a positive environment for the kids to thrive. It doesn't matter what circumstances we are in, every parent hopes that their children will have an environment within the family where they can thrive. And for us as parents, we want to have active roles in the lives of our kids where we can have direct input every day if possible. But this is difficult. It really is not easy. It takes a lot of work, and it means putting our own emotions on hold and putting them on the side and putting them under our feet. It requires a new mindset, and it's easier said than done to create that new mindset. Let's face it, we're often dealing now with exes who we really would no longer be having a conversation with. We would really prefer not to be seeing them, but maybe to be somewhere else with someone else. So it is difficult and it is trying because we have memories from the past flooding. We have the circumstances of our breakup. We have the pain of our breakup that we're still living with, and some of them are so real. But we need our kids to thrive. We need our kids to thrive, not just survive, but to thrive. So we have to seek and find ways to neutralize the negative emotions that we feel, the resentment, whatever it is we are feeling. We need to take an active position as to how to counter these emotions. And there is a little hint that I'm going to give you. And I think it really comes across as being very effective to me. I love my child more than I hate or dislike my ex. And isn't that true? I love my child and my children more than I hate or dislike my ex. And I personally love that because it is true, it was true, and it will be always true for me, and I guess for many, many others. And that's what has kept some of us going as parents. I love my children more than I hate or dislike my ex. I just love that little mantra. So let's stay kids focused. Kids focused. That's what co-parenting is about. Staying kids focused. And when we do that and we demonstrate cooperative co-parenting, we are establishing a life pattern for our children that will help them to thrive, to understand problem solving and conflict resolution. It will serve the children well. Also, let's not play one person against the other. When we set rules for our kids, let us keep them uniform, whether it's going to bedtime, whether it's rules regarding homework, whether it's rules regarding the use of electronics, whether you are at mom's house or dad's house. Those rules should generally be the same to create consistency for the children, and so that there is no room for the children to play one parent against the other. Keep the spotlight shining on the kids. Don't move it away, because the minute we move the spotlight from the kids, there is going to be a negative that is going to derail the efforts to co-parent. Here are some suggestions and tips to neutralize the negative emotions that can come to the surface and will help us to stay kid focused. Keep your conversations short and specific to the kids. I can remember it myself. I just want to get out those words that are so specific to the children so that I don't go overboard into areas where I will get in trouble. Set aside anger, conscious effort. Set aside anger and hurt and any other negative emotions that we feel, like resentment. Set it aside for the time we are in community with our children and our exes. Our feelings should not dictate our behavior. We are grown-ups, we are adults, we must can hold it together even for the time we are in community and talking with each other. It shows our children that we can manage our emotions. We have self-control. Let the common interest of the kids and their priorities determine our emotional states. Let us at that moment when we are talking as partners, let just that feeling of goodwill and love and warmth towards our children, let it be the overriding feelings of that time. When it gets tense, and it will, and it often does, try to think of something funny, something that will just ease the tension one tad bit, because sometimes we just need a tension breaker for maybe a couple seconds, a few minutes at the most. So look back on the good and say, if you are the mom, I chose this man as the dad of my children. And when I made that decision, I made it on the emotions that I felt and all the goodwill of that season of my life. I didn't make a mistake. What I did at the time was right for me. And dads say the same. I chose the mom for my kids, and when I made that decision, it was the right decision at the time. It will give us a chuckle. It will give you a chuckle, right? I get a chuckle when I think of this. So let us try to inject a little humor each time when we see the tension rising. And yes, it's natural for us to vent our feelings. It is normal. But it should not be in the presence of the children. It should not be in the presence of the children. Cultivate a mentor for this season, for this purpose. Use your parents as sounding boards. They have a lot of life experience, and many of us, if we listen to them and their feedback, we sometimes can get nuggets of wisdom, for sure, that we can use. And if there's no one in your circle, no siblings, no parents, no best friends, hire a therapist. Hire a therapist. It is for your own personal well-being to manage your emotional state so that you are in a top position to care for your children physically, mentally, and emotionally. And finally, where there's a cooperative relationship between parents, children thrive. Kids feel secure and safe. And that is the purpose we want to achieve for our children. See you next time.